صباح الخير. Well, that will be the last word in Arabic, so we switch to English. Yeah? Great. It's always exciting to be here in INSAT, where we can meet the most passionate students who want to learn about technologies. And today I am here to talk a little bit about whatever to use HTML5 technologies to build mobile applications or to use native applications. So I am Mahdi Njim. I am the director manager of Disycs. Disycs stands for Distributed Systems and Cloud Solutions. So we do a lot of distributed systems. We do a lot of cloud SaaS, and we also create mobile apps and web apps. So it's a really cool event, don't you think? With the music, with the lights, with the people, it's awesome. And actually, events like this prove that we are having a great time for developers. This is the best time to be a developer, because not only we enjoy amazing technologies that allow us to build phenomenal, not only we enjoy these cool events, but also we have a lot of very cool technology that allow us to build amazing applications that has a phenomenal user experience. I mean, back at the day, we have only one choice. It was a console, a blue screen, a yellow text, and that's it. This is what we have. Today, we are having the most amazing era. Mobile apps are amazing. They have the best user experience. They are smart and they understand. But doing so, we are kind of spoiled the user, because you see, users now demand this. They expect to have a great application. Wherever they go to any store, they expect to have the best user experience that they ever get. They're supposed to get a smart applications. And here, any web developer or any app developer will have a set of choices. And he has to choose the technology that can deliver that phenomenal user experience, but in the same time, he needs to think about the cost, the performance, and the ease of maintenance. It's a lot of challenge. And as I said, today we have a lot of dilemmas and a lot of choices to make. You, as future developers, we will face this. And one of these questions, and the last era question that we are facing today, is whatever we use, web or app. Oh, sorry. Okay. No. No? Good. So I have been reading a lot about this problem, and all the articles, all the videos are concentrating on this problem. The problem suggested by those articles is whatever we build a web mobile optimized application where you can access it by m.yourapp.xx, or we go to the apps. We build apps for your application. But I think this is not the real problem. If you ask me, you should have both. You should build and think in your strategical approach. When you have a business, you should think about the web, and you should think about the mobile applications. But why we go to the mobile? I should learn this, really. Today. Fuck. Sorry. Okay. Good. Stay, please. Okay, let's continue. So why you should have an app? You should have an app because, very simple, Angry Birds have made 5 million downloads in less than 2 years. Super Mario, which is the best game in the world, has only sold 3 million copies in all, including all versions. So imagine the marketplace that you have and the target group that you can reach. Also, stores now, whether it's a Play Store or it's an iStore or the Windows Phone Store, give us great statistical tool. I mean, you can know who is downloading your application, give you feedbacks, make comments, make great things. You can understand your users, enhance your application very, very well. And of course, now everyone have a smartphone. And if you don't have a smartphone, you should have a smartphone. So everyone is going to the mobile. And now, why you should have a mobile web? First of all, now with the cloud and with the web revolution, we can see that the browser on the PC is doing great. Now people are shifting from using their desktop to using their browsers. Of course, now with a nice Facebook and YouTube and all those websites, users have great experience with the web and with the browsers. Of course, anyone who will enter an application or a website, whether it's LinkedIn or it's a known-name application, he should expect some mobile version or some version that is optimized for your screen and for your mobile to have a great user experience. And of course, you can use web for different scenarios. Apps are built to stay long on the app, but for different scenarios, like, for example, accepting a friend, see your notifications, things like that, web is a great tool, and he help you with those scenarios. And of course, many people are using the web. Personally, I use m.facebook more than the app because I found it better. So all of this, you should, when you have a business idea, when you have a great idea and you want to go strategically thinking, you should have mobile apps and you should have a web version for your application. So what's the real problem? Why we are talking? Okay. Okay. So the real problem here, we should have two applications. We should have application for the web and application for the mobiles, which is Windows Phone, iPhone, and Android. But the real question is, whatever we use mobile technologies to build all three applications, we use mobile web technologies only to build the web, and then we use native like Objective-C, Java, C# to build the native application. In fact, the answer is hard. I have been developing for web for about 4 years now, and I used all those technologies, and I couldn't find the answer. This is why today I would like to share with you a story, an experience that we had with a very hard project. And after telling you about our experience building the application, I hope that you can decide whatever you use, HTML5 and web technologies, or you use the native apps. So how the story begins, how we started to think about HTML5. We had the crazy stuff, like always. We have some Angry Bird client who have this amazing application with 1,000 features, and he wanted in 6 months. Not only that, but he wants, at the same time, the mobile apps and the web version. But this is not the only problem. What makes things even worse, it's the designer. We have those kind of designers who is crazy, and he have this extreme ideas, and we should apply it. He likes science fiction, and he in love with the web. So we were thinking we have a problem, we need to deliver that. At the time, I read a lot about web technologies and stuff, and we made the decision. But we weren't sure. We made the decision, we said, okay, let's try HTML5, let's go for it, and let's see what's happening. And in fact, it's not really clear, but I have this snapshot of my email that I sent to the client. I told him that the technology is not stable, we will have to do a lot of technology compromises, we are not going, maybe we're going to get the apps, maybe we don't know. I sent this to the client, he said to me, okay, go for it, we don't care. So sorry? So, of course, we didn't really do all this randomly, we have some arguments. First, we said, HTML5 is great, it's a cross-platform, and it's a little bit remind us with the JVM, with the Java virtual machine, and we all know how things are great for Java nowadays. Everyone is using Java, which become the standard of cross-platform. So we said, what the hell, maybe the HTML5 will be also the new JVM. Also, we have this PhoneGap. PhoneGap is awesome, it's amazing. What PhoneGap do is deliver the native functionalities like accessing contact or accessing camera, accessing compass and accelerometers. All that, he delivered that to JavaScript by doing a lot of work, which is amazing. So we don't have any more problems with the native features. Also, we said our team is great with web. We have a great team that he used to use a lot of JavaScript, build a lot of CSS3 and HTML. So we said, okay, let's use this experience to build the application. And now everyone is talking to go to the web. I mean, Gartner said that by 2015, 80% of the applications will be web applications. And the final argument, which I prefer, I said, okay, if things didn't go well, if the application didn't really work very good on native or on devices, we always need a mobile web version. So after those arguments, we have this amazing dream. We said, maybe we will develop 3 versions at once. So the dream began, and we start using Sansha, and we really enjoy it. Sansha is it's great open source framework for developing HTML5 application. It's great for people who are used to develop with C# and Java because it's have the same approach. It's an MVC framework, which is great for building a big application with multiple people. Also, they have a very friendly support team. Their support team is amazing. We ask them questions, they respond very, very quickly. And they have a decent community who are supporting Sansha, and finally, they are supporting unit tests, which is a very great feature if you want to build a stable and maintainable application. So we started the 30 days of happiness. I called those because they were very happy. We were developing this, and we were very fast. We used CSS3 to implement the design. CSS3 make things easy to make shadows, borders, and stuff like this. It's amazing that some lines need us thousands of lines of code if you want to make it with Android XML. So it was great. Of course, doing so, we tested, but we noticed some performance issues. But we said they will go away, hopefully. But they stuck, and they didn't go away. After doing the production version, the application was the worst application that you can ever imagine. It was lagging. Changing between pages is a catastrophe. We need 10 days to get the other page. And it was very bad. So our dream becoming a nightmare. But we didn't stop here. We didn't give up. We started 60+ optimization phase. We were like performance freaks. We are looking for any leaks everywhere. We are watching memories, watching DOM, watching everything. And after doing a lot of search, and with the help of Google experts on YouTube, it's a great help. It's great tutorials. If you want to develop with web technology, go for Google developers channel. So first thing we did to make the application works good is we applied all the known good practices like caching, minified CSS, minified JavaScripts, HTML5 manifest, etc. But also we noticed this. We noticed that events, drawing, animations, code execution, and the DOM are also suspects, and they are killing our performance. We started with the DOM. The diagram is not clear here, sorry. So the DOM is the number of HTML nodes, for example, the number of divs and the structure. When you have a big DOM, when you have a DOM that is more than 2,500 tags, they will create a lot of lags and a lot of performance problem. And the reason why is all those DOM is loading to memory at the load time. So each time your site will load, the operating or the browser will load all the DOM inside the memory. And sorry about the diagram, but the diagram is showing the memory usage when we load the DOM. And when we load the DOM, we have this huge peak. So what you need is to keep your DOM light. Use the minimum HTML structure and the minimum CSS. Also events. Events are the same as the DOM. They eat memory. They are memory eaters, and they will kill your performance. Minimize the events. Don't use a lot of clicks. Don't use a lot of, I don't know, out of focus and unnecessary events. Keep your events as low as possible. Don't go ahead and create a lot of events. Also the drawing. You see, we used a lot of CSS3 to do the drawings. But the problem with the CSS3 is the drawing is done by the GPU, the graphical process unit. But the problem is in those devices, the GPU are not very developed. They are not great. So most of the drawing is done by the CPU in the mobile. And the CPU will handle both drawing, which is not very good to do so, but also he will handle the code execution, the memory, etc., etc., etc. So this makes the processor very, very heavy. So if you want to build HTML5 web technology, HTML5 apps, don't use CSS3 new features. Instead of that, use a lot of images, low quality images, make the images as slow as possible. The drawing will kill your performance. Also, if you don't make things good, at least make it look good. Yes, it's sad, but it's true. For example, you can use a lot of pagination. You have a small screen. This is the good thing about mobile. You have a small screen. So use it to show the minimum of the information and make the user ask for more information by doing pagination. Also use the lazy loading. Don't load all the images at once. Load only the images that the user will be seeing, and he's scrolling, you can load more and more and more each time. Don't give them all the information at once, because networking is kill the performance, and you should be aware of that. You should load the minimum possible of information. Also, when you're navigating between pages, don't wait until all the page is ready to show it. Instead of that, show an empty page. It's okay. Show an empty page and a loading wheel. Your user will understand that you are doing a hard job for him, so he will wait. Okay, I should wrap up. So, and also the code execution. You should keep your JavaScript as minimum as possible. Don't make comments. This is the only time where I said don't make comments. Use the little possible of JavaScript, because this is the problem. It's not the problem of the complex of the code, but it's in the size. So finally, I want to say that we work a lot. We have a great experience with iPhone and some of Android version, but Android wasn't a very good friend. We had a lot of problems with Android, with the different version, with the low quality devices. And even when they make a new version, when they do a lot of updates, this version doesn't make things better. In fact, it makes it even worse because we have to support it now. So Android was bad. I'm sorry, this is the truth. I can't say. But it's not that worst, because HTML5 have its bonuses. We have this application, great application that works on iPhone, works on iPad, most of Android tablets and devices. Also, we have a mobile web version, and we had this crazy idea. We had this crazy idea to create a phone in the PC and embed the mobile version in it. So we have now also a PC version. But the bonus was adding new feature. Adding new feature is amazing when you use HTML5 and JavaScript, because with one code, you can add features to the platform, the targeted platform that you want. If you want to add feature to the Android, you can test that and you add it to the Android, to the iPhone or the web. This is a code snippet where I'm showing how we can add features depending to the platform. So finally, when to use HTML5, this is your call, but I think from my experience, I will say if you have a small application, go for it. Use HTML5. If you have this application that a lot of content, use HTML5 because it's great. If you are a startup and you don't have a lot of money and you want a proof of concept, use HTML5. If you want all the bonuses of HTML5 and you have an A team of web developers, go for HTML5. And also you can create some hybrid application where you can use web in some parts and native in some other parts, which is advanced feature like LinkedIn application. So I hope that you had good time listening to me, and thank you for your attention.
Merci bien. Merci bien, monsieur.